Okay, so today we're doing Bergen Raises, and you might have noticed that I did say that Bergen Raises we're going to do over 2 weeks. So really it's 5 weeks in total, even though there's 4 conventions we're looking at. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to introduce you to Bergen Raises, or just to solidify some of the knowledge you may already have, and just so you know about why, and a bit of background, and who started them, why he started them, etc. Okay, so imagine that you are playing, you're playing a game, you open 1 heart, partner raises you to 2 hearts. The opponents, they know you have a fit, so they're not going to let you play at the 2 level. They're going to bid 3 clubs. Now what do? Well, the theory goes that if you or partner has an extra heart or more than a minimum in points, one of you will probably bid to the 3 level, yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what usually happens. Well, the idea with Bergen Raises, there's the situation. You're south, you open 1 heart, your partner bids to 2 hearts, you're going to pass it out in 2 hearts, but then one of the pesky opponents comes in west 3 clubs, because they also know the adage, don't let players or good players play in a fit at the 2 level. Okay, now I'm just going to let Penny in. I'll see if Penny's there. Hello, Pen.
Hi, Richard. I'm sorry I was late.
It's okay. We've got the screen show. We've got, there's 12 of us now, I think, 12 or 13 if you include the Pembleton double up.
Have you really 14. Got snow there?
Snow, yes, that was from snow from the other day, yes.
Wow. Wow.
We might even have 14 people if Mike's still there, but he doesn't look like he's there, Betty, so.
He said he didn't want to play bridge.
No, well, fair enough.
Other
You've got
things
one of
to
them,
do.
just like Charles, eh, Susie?
Yep.
And Ruth.
Mm.
Pen's gone again. She's got Scott here. Going to get a coffee.
Now, I'm here.
No, not Pam, Pen. Okay, so when you get to this stage and you get to 3 clubs, the opponents bid 3 clubs, what do? This hand, you might pass, partner might pass, because partner thinks I've only got 5 points, so I'll just pass and let them play in 3 clubs. They make 100 they make 110 where you could have made 110, and you get a bad score. So the idea of Bergen Raises, now it's named after Martybergen, who he's pretty good at taking a lot of old ideas and popularising them, is Martybergen, with his partner Larry Cohen. Now, a lot of the theory on it is based on the rule of the TNT, total number of trumps. Now, a lot of this came about in the 1950s. That's how long ago. It was born in the 50s, like me. And there was a few authors that talked about it. The idea of TNT, now Martybergen and Larry Cohen call it the law, or the law of total tricks. But the idea of total number of trumps is that if you know how many trumps that you have between you and partner, you assume that the opponents have the same. So let's say I'm playing with Pam, and Pam overcalls 1 spade, or 1 heart, or opens 1 heart, and I have 4 of them. I know that we have 9 trumps between us. Now, if we have 9 trumps between us, the opponents will have 9 trumps between them as well. So the total number of tricks or trumps is 18. Now, the rule or the law says that if there's 18 total trumps, that's how many total tricks are available on that hand. So if we can make 9, they can make 9. If we can make 8, they can make 10. If we can make 10, they can make 8. So that's the idea, one of the ideas behind that. And it's a simple calculation to do, well, fairly simple. Now, sometimes that calculation might seem complicated. So what a lot of people do is just bid to the length of your trump fit, so that one of you knows that you have a 9-card trump fit, so you bid to the 3 level. 3 level equals 9 hearts you have between you, which is 9 tricks, which is a bid at the 3 level. Now, a lot of people just subscribe to the idea of wid bomb. When in doubt, bid one more. And I know that a lot of wid bomb players around, and that's okay. Just as long as you don't let good opponents or opponents playing a fit at the 2 level. Now, have a look at this hand that I've got on the bottom here. You have a singleton spade, 5 hearts to the queen, 5 diamonds to nothing.
Can't see it.
Can't see it, Richard.
Well, can you see the screen?
I can
Only down to, hang on.
It was there.
It was there.
It's there for other people. So
Only down to the queen and lots of X's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Queen other.
Yeah.
Well, that's the hand.
that's the hand.
Oh.
Anyway, if you can't see it, you might have something covering it up. Imagine you have a singleton spade,
No.
5 hearts to the queen, 5 little diamonds, and a double small in clubs. Your partner opens 1 heart. You've seen these hands. When people have them, they often bid straight to game, even without points. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
The weak freak, and a lot of people do it with a 5-card trump suit. When Mary and I were playing online the other day, someone did it to us, and then I bid 6 spades and the only one in the room. So I was happy with that. But anyway, another story. So the idea, that's a lot of that is a part of Bergen Raises as well. So some people only play a part of Bergen Raises or some of the treatments. And some people don't like the idea of playing, let's say I'm playing with Penelope and we've agreed to play Bergen Raises. She opens 1 heart and I bid 3 hearts. In true Bergen Raises, that usually shows 0 to 5 or 6 points and 4-card heart suit. And a lot of people won't do that. But the theory is, let's say I bid 2 hearts. The opponents bid to their 2 spades or 3 clubs. I'm going to go 3 hearts anyway. Bid it straight away and put them at a guess. Is the theory behind Bergen Raises. I would suggest in that PDF that I sent out, play the simple version as outlined, and then take on some of the other bits if you want to. And if you need to know more about them when the time comes, just let me know. Okay, now. Okay, I'll just go back here. So the idea of the Bergen raise is like this. 1 heart or 1 spade, and then a single raise would show 6 to 9 points, 3-card heart support. Although if you have a balanced hand with 4-card support, you can bid just a single raise as well. Now you might have noticed in the notes that I sent out, imagine that if you have an 8-card heart fit, I open 1 heart, Betty bids 2 hearts, and we play there with an 8-card fit. Let's say that I have 5 and Betty has 3, and to draw trumps, it takes at least 3 rounds, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so after you draw trumps with 3-card support, there are no trumps left in dummy. You have trumps in your hand, but they're all winners anyway. So there's no trumps left in dummy. So it doesn't give you that flexibility of trumping in dummy if there are none left. Now, and that's when they break 3-2, which is about 2/3 of the time when you're with an 8-card fit. Now, when you have a 9-card fit, a lot of the time, they're going to break 2-2 or 3-1. It's over 90% of the time they're going to break that way, 3-1 or 2-2. So if you know your partner has 4 and you have a 9-card fit, even after you draw trumps, you're going to have a trump left in each hand to be flexible, to be able to ruff or trump in either hand. So that's one of the ideas behind Bergen Raises as well, that a 9-card fit is a lot more powerful than an 8-card fit for that very reason, flexibility and being able to trump in either hand. So the idea with Bergen Raises is with 1 heart, 2 hearts is a minimum raise, may have 4-card support if it's balanced. 1 heart, 3 hearts, well, let's say 1 heart, 4 hearts, like the hand we looked at before. 5-card support, less than 10 points, can be 0 points. Well, then 1 heart, 3 hearts, the double raise, 0 to 5 points, and at least 4 hearts. Usually only 4, because they might bid 5 if they have a shortage. But 4-card heart support, it's a known 9-card fit. Okay, so because otherwise, if you're not going to bid when you have a 9-card fit, imagine you have 0 points or 2 points or 3 points, your partner opens 1 heart and you have 4 hearts and you don't bid. The opponents find their fit and you try and compete now. Well, it's too late. The bus is pulled out of the station. Okay, so also with Bergen Raises, there are 3 aspects that are going to be something you have to remember. As I spoke, Jacoby 2 no trumps, which is a separate treatment or convention, but has been incorporated into Bergen Raises, showing a game-going hand and 13 plus points and 4 hearts. All of the jump raises show 4 plus. Oh, gee, what's going on here? 4 plus support. Okay, so 1 heart or 1 spade, either one's the same. Okay, all right. So like I said, we're going to do a whole lesson on Jacoby 2 no trumps next week, so people can get more used to it. But one of the good things about Jacoby 2 no trumps is you have the fit, you know you're going to game, and you're still only at the 2 level, so there's room to maneuver with Q bidding or to explore further after 2 no trumps. So that's something we'll look at, and we'll look at showing shortages, etc. And the other aspects of Bergen Raises are with 4-card support. With 4-card support and 6 to 9 points, you bid 3 clubs. So it's a jump bid in the minors is still support. So you have to get used to this and you have to alert the bid. So if you're playing online, you alert it yourself. You're playing at the table, your partner alerts it. So 3, that's something you have to remember. Now, some people reverse the meaning, but forget about that. We'll just play the standard Bergen Raise. Okay, so I'm playing with Bruce Cowan and we've agreed to play Bergen Raises. He opens 1 heart. I bid 3 clubs. It says nothing about clubs, so it's alertable, but it says 4-card heart support at least and 6 to 9 points. And it's over to you, partner. Or 3 diamonds, 10 to 12 points, 4 plus support. I haven't got enough to actually bid game yet, so it's probably less, weaker than a 7 loser, but it's showing 10 to 12 points. So that way, your partner knows straight away your relative strength and that you have 4-card support. All right. Now, keep in mind that even after you bid 3 diamonds or 3 clubs, your partner has to bid again to put it back to they can bid 3 hearts now. You can still bid 4 hearts. So it can be almost game going when you bid it. But if you have enough to be considered game going and balanced, you would usually use the Jacoby 2 no trump. Okay, now it's the same for spades. The bids are the same. So 2 no trumps is the convention or treatment that says I have a game-going hand and 4-card support. 3 clubs or 3 diamonds is the same. It says 4-card support in whichever major, and I have a hand that says, okay, I have 6 to 9 points and this many points, relative strength. Now, like I said, I know of a few pairs that play Bergen Raises, except they say, oh, we're not going to use the 1 spade, 3 spade with less than 6 points, though, because we think that's a bit weak. Well, you're not playing Bergen Raises, really, if you agree not to do that. And I know some good players or some well-respected players at our club that have made this decision. I don't think they're playing Bergen Raises. I think they're playing bits and pieces of it that they choose. Well, I think it's correct to bid this way. And I'll show you a few hands so you get the idea. Okay. Now, hopefully you can all see these hands.
Yep.
Here's the first one. Now, it doesn't matter which one you are. I've got you and partner and stuff, and you can see, but sometimes you're, but just remember that two of you are east-west. Now, you have opened 1 spade. Partner, you can see their hand. Now, I made that a bit stronger for, wimpy people, but that can be 0 points, the hand on the right, the east hand, and you're still bidding 3 spades. Have a look at it now. Look, the west hand has 12 points, 13 points. The east hand has 4 points. You have 17 points. The opponents have 23 points. Okay, and both of those hands can be a lot less. Imagine that it's only the queen or jack of clubs in that hand on the right, or the king or whatever, but less points. Now, if the bidding goes 1 spade by you, 3 spades by partner, the opponents have to bid at the 4 level. Even if they've got enough for game, they have to bid at the 4 level. It makes it a bit tricky for them, doesn't it?
Mm.
And if you have a look at the hand, you lose no clubs. Let's say you lose 2 diamonds and 1 heart and 1 spade. So you're making 8 tricks. You're down 1 at worst. And if the ace of diamonds is onside, you're making 9 tricks. So if you think that you won't be able to make these and it's too difficult, even when you're vulnerable, it's not really. It puts the opponents at a guess. And even if you're going to go down too vulnerable here and they can't make game, they don't know it yet. Now, the just bid one more brigade will always bid over this bidding in just in case. No, they'll always bid over this bidding. So they'll bid 5 diamonds or whatever they bid to and go down. But, you know, either way, it puts them at a guess, and you'll be comfortable in the knowledge you're probably only going down 1 if you're not making it. And that's not to do with points. You know what Martybergen and Larry Cohen say, point schmoints. This is because it's based in this law of total tricks. It's not points. So now imagine that the opponents are playing in diamonds. So you would, and how many tricks would you win? Let's say you win 1 spade, 1 heart, 1 diamond, and 1 club. Okay, so they can make 9 tricks. You can make 9 tricks. That's because you've each got a 9-card fit. So it's not about the points that they have 23 and you have 17. It's point schmoints. It's about the law of total tricks. If you can make 9, they can make 9. So let's say if you count your fit as, because you can't see each other's hands yet when you're bidding, you count your fit as 9 because you know you've got a 9-card fit because your partner's bid 3 spades. So you know you've got a 9-card fit. You assume the opponents have a 9-card fit. The law of total tricks says there's 18 tricks available, if you know, combined with you playing the hand. So if you can make 9, they can make 9. If you can make 8, they can make 10, like we said before. So bid 3 spades, put them at a guess. The worst that can happen, and I've hardly ever seen it, is that you go down too vulnerable for -200 and they can't make game and they don't bid. So they're at a guess. Imagine you're on the other side of this and that you're sitting south with 15, 16 points and 6-card diamond suit or something, and the opponent's bid to 3 spades, you think, holy dooly, now what do I do? So they're at a guess, the same as you would be. So keep that in mind. So playing Bergen Raises, it is difficult for the opponents to bid. I can assure you that Bergen Raises will give you extra match points in most club sessions. Okay, let's look at another hand. Now this is the one that's alertable because your partner bids 3 clubs. Remember, all of these bids in Bergen, most of them show 4-card support. So you can distinguish between the 4-card and 3-card support because the power of the 9-card fit. Now in this one, you actually have a 10-card fit, but West doesn't know it, even if you do. Let's say the partner, East, knows how many they have. So partner, or East bids 1 spade. Now, your hand is 7 points and 4-card spade support. So it fits into the category of bidding 3 clubs. And then when you bid 3 clubs, partner knows you have 6 to 9 points and 4-card spade support. So, and she bids 4 spades. And if you look at it, I mean, you lose 1 spade. Let's say you lose 1 heart. Because you can pitch 1 on the diamonds, no diamonds and 1 club. So you're going to make 10 or 11 tricks here if the heart, 11 if the heart finesse is on. And you bid to the level of your trump fit anyway. So the points are fairly, this time you've got the balance of points. I think there's 18 opposite 7, is it? About 25. The opponents have 15. Imagine the opponents are playing in their fit in diamonds. What would you win? 2 diamonds, 1 heart is 3, no spades because one of them's going to have a singleton. They won't lose a spade, so 3, and you win a club is 4. They can make 9 tricks, and you can make 10. So you can see it's not to do with points. You have 25 points and they have 15. They can still make 9 tricks, and you can make 10. So it's based on that law of total tricks. It is easy to use as an adjunct to points. And when you're using Bergen Raises, you have a very clear idea of where you're going and how high you're going. I'll just look at a couple more. Now this one is just 1 heart, 2 hearts. So partner East opens 1 heart. This is still the standard raise. This doesn't change with Bergen. You just bid 2 hearts. Partner makes a decision. Now partner's got 15 and a singleton, and 1, 2, 3, and a 5 loser. You've shown about a 9 loser. So with losing trick count, partners said, okay, we've got enough for games. So you might need a little bit of luck. No clubs, no diamonds, at least 1 and 1 spade. So you're going to be king or down 1. You might lose 2 spades and 2 hearts. You'd probably be a bit unlucky, but that's the way it goes. You're close to it. Okay, so with that one, it is more difficult and less flexible.
Excuse me, Richard.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Richard, is that considered a Bergen raise?
No, hold on. I'll go back. It's a treatment that's part of the structure of Bergen Raises. 1 heart, 2 hearts, just a standard raise.
Yep.
But it's still part of, in Bergen Raises, it would usually deny, the reason it's considered part of Bergen Raises, not the fact that it's not unique, but it usually denies 4-card support.
Righto.
So then you know. The only time there might be 4 cards in the West hand is if there's 4 hearts and 3, 3, 3. But apart from that, it's usually denies 4-card support, so that's what puts it as part of the Bergen raise. Okay. Another card here. West is open 1 heart. East bids 3 diamonds. Remember 3 diamonds, and I've highlighted and put an asterisk because it's an alertable bid. 3 diamonds says I have 10 to 12 points and 4-card support, partner. So so this hand has 3, 6, 10 points and 4-card support and a doubleton. So the opener thinks, oh, well, I've got enough for game because I've got 15 and a singleton and partner's got 10. We've got enough to bid the game here. And you can do what I usually do and look at what you might lose. You're going to lose one club, maybe one spade if the finesse, well, let's say you will lose the spade unless you can do something about the diamonds and pitch, which looks difficult. So you lose one spade and one club, and that way you make 11. So there you go, another hand. No, I'm a fairly strong advocate for Bergen Raises because I can see that once you get used to playing them and with you and partner, I think it gives you a distinct advantage. But you must have a partner that's the same level or whatever as you, so that they understand what you're doing, and also that it's fairly regular partner and you have the same agreement and you know what to do. Get to know these conventions. I know a lot of people think, oh, there's another convention I like. I'll put that arrow in my quiver, and I've got 37 arrows there now. I never shoot the bow, but you know, I'll have them there anyway because I'm collecting them. So you have to know, be choosy with the. Have you noticed that a lot of people collect conventions and might use them, but it's difficult, you know, sometimes to get it right. So practice a bit.
Richard, the one question that comes up for us, because we've been trying to use Bergen Raises, was originally we learned, say, 1 heart, 3 hearts meant 11, say 10, 11, 12 points.
Yes.
With 3.
Yes.
So now how do you bid?
Well,
Showing
we haven't got there yet, Stu.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
That's all right. That's all right. Have you also noticed that when you do play 1 heart, 3 hearts as a limit raise, as they're called, then you also can't bid the 13 points and higher unless you have a bid for that, a game going hand. So you have to make what's called a delayed raise. But we'll have a look at that in a minute.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Okay. And here we are, Sue. You're 1 slide too early. Okay.
It's always too early, Richard.
Okay. Imagine that this is the type of hand that in old school limit raise, you would make, you'd open 1 spade and partner would bid 3 spades. This is the type of hand you're talking about, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, now you can't do that if you're playing Bergen Raises.
Right.
But what you can do is West opens 1 spade, East it's diamonds, 2 over 1 forcing. You're not playing it as game force if you're playing as the standard 2 over 1. And so you bid 2 diamonds. West has got no more to say and they've got a balanced hand with their 12 points. So that now they bid. Now they bid 2 trumps, saying minimum hand, I've got no more to say and I'm balanced. I'm going to bid 2 no trumps. Now East bids 3 spades, delayed raise.
Okay.
Now this has to be 3 card support and it has to be more than 10 points or 10 points or more, but it's not enough for game. So partner knows you have that type of 11, 12 balanced hand.
Yeah.
Oh, not balanced. 11, 12 with 3 card support. Okay, so then the opener can decide to bid on or to pass. The same as if it went directly 1 spade, 3 spades.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is West now knows that you have no more than an 8 card fit. Exactly an 8 card fit.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have a look at it, it looks like you'll lose a 1 diamond, at least 1 heart, possibly 2, and then problematic in the black suits. Let's say you lose 1 of them, you probably make 9 tricks here.
Yeah.
And not likely to make game unless you had a tailwind and a good luck parrot on your shoulder or something. So you probably only make 9 tricks. So, but this is the type of hand. Now, some people think it's a trade-off. We can't show one spade, three spades here. I would suggest, though, the benefits outweigh any negative aspects, because you know exactly about the number of spades when they don't support. So when they don't support straight away, you know they haven't got 4-card support. But when they bid 3 spades, you know it's exactly 3-card support. And you're in a bit of better position. Let's imagine there is 4 spades there and it's 11-12, but it's a more shapely hand and you're playing limit raises and it goes 1 spade, 3 spades, pass. If this is more shapely, like with a singleton club, then you might have more chance of making game. So, I mean, there are swings and roundabouts, but I would say that there, by the way, I can tell you that, now if this is confusing, don't listen. And if it's not confusing, you can listen, all right? If you have a look at that last page of notes I sent you, some people play called crisscross raises here, where you jump in the other major to show 3-card support and a limit bid exactly the same as old school. So if you're playing crisscross raises, it would go 1 spade, 3 hearts, showing 3-card spade support. They're a bit problematic and forgettable for a lot of people, so they don't play them. But I did put it on the options on page 3 of the PDF that I sent out, okay?
Okay.
So you can cover that as well. But I play that with some of my partners, but not with most of them. The crisscross raises, because people do tend to forget these things. You say, what is your partner saying? Oh, I'm buggered if I know. There comes the answer, you know. So, okay. So here we go. And I have, by the way, at least one of my partners has said that in a congress. What's your partner showing? Stuffed if I know, she said.
Me.
I won't tell you who it was. Val Sanderson. Oh, sorry. Now, it was in Canberra many years ago, playing with Val. Okay, here we go. There's another hand. Now, this one's similar. But this one's similar. This is a hand that would normally go 1 heart, 3 hearts playing limit raises, like you talked about, Sue Pemberton. So it goes 1 heart. It would usually go 3 hearts. If you're playing crisscross raises, the hand on the left can bid 2 spades, jump in the other major. But like I said, if that's confusing, don't listen. And that's the option, one of the options on the 3rd page that I sent you. So imagine you're playing simple Bergen Raises and partner opens 1 heart. Now you're sitting here with the west hand and you bid 2 diamonds just to show 10 or more points. Partner doesn't know, partner would know that you don't have 4 hearts, but they don't know anything else. And I know you only have 9 high card points, but because you intend to support hearts later, you can count 11 points with this hand. So it's quite all right to bid 2 diamonds first. Then when the opener bids 3 clubs, a new suit at the 3 level, forcing to game, and now West doesn't have any issues in bidding game and supporting hearts at the same time by bidding 4 hearts as a delayed raise. And East knows this is a delayed raise and partner has only 3 card support. And if you want to have a look at what you might make here.
Make game.
Yeah, you'll lose 1 spade, no hearts, no diamonds, possibly 2 clubs. If if you mightn't lose a spade if you can draw trumps and pitch the 2nd spade on the king of diamonds after you play a couple of rounds of diamonds, but you'll probably make 10 or 11 here. Even if both clubs are off, if the ace of clubs is offside, you lose 2 clubs. And if you can't pitch a spade, you lose 1 spade. You make 9 or 10 or 11 tricks here. Okay. Oh, Sue's gone and come back. We'll let her in. Sorry to keep you waiting, madam. The doctor will see you now.
I'm sorry about that, but I just sold the house.
Oh, well done.
Last week.
Well done. I knew you had it on the market, you had an offer, and now you sold it.
Didn't have it on the market.
Didn't have it on the market?
No,
Oh.
so that's really exciting.
So
And
who bought it? A clairvoyant?
no, somebody from Sydney.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, amazing. No, that just wasn't out on the market. Just they sort of
And where
contacted people
living-
they knew were looking. Anyway,
Where you be living now, Sue Spears?
sorry,
Where will you be living now?
I'll be joining Peter Webb and people out at Kensington Gardens.
Oh, you'd be most welcome.
Yeah, looking forward to it, Pete.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, I'll be about 6 months away or more.
Oh, well, that's all right. These things happen. We've done 6 months in the lockdown just about, so
I
you know
know.
what's another 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That was exciting, but let's get back to bridge.
No worries. By the way, Peter Webb,
6 months is very long.
Peter Webb, I know that you said that you and the other Peter W are playing 2 over 1. You play full 2 over 1 as a game force?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I quite like it, but a lot of people don't like the idea of a forcing 1 no trump after a major opening. So, but I quite like it. I have a game with you one day and play 2 over 1 with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we just
Okay. I play 2 over 1 with Frank Veering when he and I have a game together. So, yeah.
Richard,
All right. Yes.
can I ask before you leave there? If you do play 2 over 1,
Yes.
you go 1 heart, 2 diamonds.
No, not with this. If you're playing 2 over 1 game force, with this hand, you're a bit of forcing 1 no trump.
Well,
If
what
you
about
don't
the
have
two-
heart support.
Sorry?
If you didn't have heart support on this hand, after partner open 1 heart, you can't bid 2 diamonds because that would be a game force. You'd have to bid 1 no trump forcing.
Oh, right. So
That's why a lot of people don't like 2 over 1, because 1 no trump would be forcing or semi-forcing, showing 6 to 12 points.
Right.
So
that's
and
what you do.
then this hand would rebid 2 clubs, and now you'd bid two hearts. But that's how it goes.
Yeah, okay.
So 1 no
Okay.
trump forcing.
Yeah, 1 no trump forcing. Yeah. Okay.
What about
couple more.
interference?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, that was my question.
Well,
What about interference?
Well, you're getting closer. You're only a beat behind. I mean, Sue was a slide in front of it, and you're only just 1 beat. Okay. Now, this is what I suggest, but whatever you do is up to you and your partnership. I mean, the strongest thing you can have in bridge is a partnership agreement. By the way, Mary and I are noticing that when we play online, that we tend to call each other, ring each other after the game to discuss hands. And when we play at the club, we hardly ever get time to talk about the hands after. So that's an interesting thing, isn't it?
Mm.
Okay, so interference. I suggest you do this. Now, if the opponents double or bid 1 spade over 1 heart, because we're just talking about Bergen Raises here, so it's a major opening, system is still on. System on. So this is one of those things in bridge where you decide what is system on and what is system off. If the opponent's bid at the 2 level or higher, system off. Now the reason is, imagine that I'm playing with Penny, and Penelope opens 1 spade, and the opponent's bid 2 diamonds. Now, if system was still on and Bergen Raises, 3 clubs sounds clunky, because if there wasn't interference, 3 clubs would be a jump bid in clubs showing a Bergen Raise. But what now if I have clubs and I have points and I don't have spade support? So that's why system is off. Okay, now the idea of non-jump interference, so when the opponents make a simple overcall at the 1 or 2 level, meaning non-jump, you can still bid 2 or 3 support. So, okay, Sue Spears and I are playing together. We agreed to play this, what we're talking about. Sue opens 1 heart. The opponents bid 2 clubs. Now, if I was going to bid 2 hearts, I still do it. If I was going to bid 3 hearts with 0 to 5 points, I still do it. That bit doesn't change. The only bit that changes is when you have support, but then you can use a Q raise to bid at that level. Now, if you don't know what a Q raise is, you're about to find out. Well, I know I've discussed this with a few of you, so you probably do. So we'll have a look at a couple of hands here. Now, the hand on the right is similar hand to one we had before, but you've opened one heart. Now the pesky opponent, North, has bid 2 clubs. Okay, you can, on this hand, just bid 2 hearts, or you can bid 3 hearts if you had that type of hand. But imagine that you have this hand, which you're counting as 11 points, and you want to show your partner you have at least 10 points and heart support. The idea is that you Q bid. Remember, a Q bid is usually a bid of one of their suits. In this case, you Q bid their suit to show a genuine raise in hearts. So this is called a Q raise. Now, many people have used it. I know a few of you have asked me about it and discussed it. I've discussed it with Pam and Anne a couple of times. So a Q raise says, I have a raise in hearts partner, at least to the 3 level. So what would happen in this case, if West had a minimum hand, they would simply bid 3 hearts and leave it up to East. But on this hand, West knows that East has at least 10 points, and they've counted their hand. They counted their hand as about 17, so they see enough for game, so they're bid game. So that
is 3 clubs alertable?
No, because, well, it's an interesting question you asked, Uncle Bruce, because if you're playing at the club, 3 clubs is not alertable, and you shouldn't alert it because any bid of the opponent's suit is called self-alerting, and you don't alert it. But in this day and age of COVID Bridge Online, not all of you might know this, but when you're playing Bridge Online, you alert your own bids, and your partner can't see it, but the opponents can. So I would alert this playing online. So I would bid 3 clubs, and I'd type in the little box to say Q raise in hearts and send it, and only the opponents can see it, and your partner doesn't even know you've alerted. That's the difference when you're alerting. So if you're playing online, I would alert this, yes. Okay, but playing at the club, you're not supposed to, because if your partner alerts it and you've made an error, you've given the partner that bid 3 clubs has made an error, or it's not your agreement, then your partner would have unauthorized information. But you don't get that online because your partner doesn't know you've alerted. Okay, so with this one, you'd make a Q raise by bidding 3 clubs. I'll see if I've got another one here. Oh, I do have another one. Fancy that.
Are you talking, Richard?
Lost him, I think.
He's frozen.
Thought it was just me.
Okay, now I'm back now. My internet says it's unstable for some reason, and it's just told me again. Well, thank you. I knew that. I don't know what's going on, but okay. This hand, you're East. You've opened 1 spade. Now South has bid 2 hearts. West, your dear partner, has bid 3 hearts. Now Q raise. Partner is saying, remember, this can be as strong because your partner is forced to bid because you're not going to leave it in their suit, you can have a game going hand, like this one on the west side. Looks like you're going to bid game on this anyway. But instead of just bidding to 4 spades, you make a Q raise, saying you've got at least 10 points and support. Remember, this doesn't have to be 4-card support now because the opponent's taking your bidding space has also interfered with your ability to show 3 or 4-card support. So you're showing support now by bidding 3 hearts. The opponent's bid to 4 hearts. South passes because South has a minimum hand, even though they have 6 spades. And then West puts it to 4 spades because West knows that this is a game going hand, but East doesn't know what West knows. So that way you bid to 4 spades. Now, this is another interesting hand because you have 21 points between you. The opponents have 19 points between them. So it's fairly close. But you have a 10-card spade support, 10-card spade fit, and they have a 10-card heart fit. So if you have a look here, what would you lose? You may or may not lose a spade. You lose 1 heart and 1 club. You're going to make 10 or 11 tricks, okay? Now, if you're defending hearts, you win no hearts. Let's say you win 2 diamonds and a club. They're going to make, you might win a spade. They're going to make 8, 9 or 10, depending on how the wind blows and whether or not they have a void or a singleton in spades. So that's another interesting hand. And everyone's bid this well, I think. So it's got to the stage, if the opponents bid 5 hearts, they're in serious trouble probably. They'd only bid 5 hearts if they had, one of them had a void in spades. And they're not vulnerable, I think. And then you might put it down 1 or maybe 2. But, you know, another interesting hand and another good hand for a Q raise. Now, keep in mind here that because you retain some of the structure of Bergen Raises, if you had a minimum hand and 3-card support, you can still bid 2 spades here as West. Also, if you had a weak hand and 4-card spade support, you can bid 3 spades here by West. So it doesn't interfere with that structure. So you try and keep as much as you can of the structure with interference, but keep in mind that any space the opponents take will constrain your ability to show give information to partner. Now have a look at if you have a look at 2 hearts, they've taken 5 bidding spaces or so. So they've taken 1 no trump, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, 4 bidding spaces they've taken with their non-jump. So that's why it does restrict your ability to communicate. But you try and have it as best you can with Q raises, and it's a good avenue to use when there is interference after Bergen Raises. Q raises, you'll find, for those of you that have played in congresses or red points events online or whatever we do nowadays, many, if not most, of the higher level players will use Q raises. Okay. That's the end of the slideshow. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to go back to the wall of wonder, and we now have 12 pictures in the Brady bunch, which is a pretty good effort. 13 with, you know, an extra Pemberton. Just by the way, gee, that Greg Sheridan looks relaxed now that he's a retired chap.
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
And poor Penny Malumbi has to work.
She's just can't resist the money.
Can't resist the money. Okay. Now, for those of you who might not have put a toe in the water of playing online, some of us here might want to extol the virtues of it to you so that you can get going and have a crack. Now, I know that Bruce had a game before he made out he went to Canberra, so he didn't have to play again.
Yeah, that's good.
And he's playing again on Friday. I hear on the grapevine.
Yep.
The Pembertons, are you playing this Friday?
We will.
You playing together?
We will have a guest, but we'll do our best. Okay.
All right. Greg Sheridan, are you playing? You're playing with Val.
Yep, playing with Val.
Anne and Pam, are you playing?
Yes. Sure.
Yep. Susie's playing with Carmen.
Yes.
Peter Webb, are you playing on Friday?
No.
Why
No.
not?
Well, I'm playing this afternoon and then Thursday morning. And
Oh, is it?
Friday's out for me.
You're on a
Friday's
limit, are you?
out.
You're on.
No.
You're on a restricted diet at Bridge, are you?
No. Actually,
All right. So
we
Friday's
play
out. Is
500 in the village out.